Attention fans, if you're signed up to be a ball person, please report to the Tampa bench area at this time.
I was wondering where you were at. I was like, damn, I'm low-key late. How's it going?
Driving from the hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Wait, did you just get here?
5 minutes ago or so?
5 minutes ago, okay.
Yeah. Spartans. This morning, the Spartans welcome the Dragons of Minnesota State Moorhead. Here are the starting lineups, beginning with the Dragons, who entered today's game with a record of 0-0. Beginning with the Dragons. Goalkeeper from Leander, Texas, #1, Simone Newall. Defender from Corcoran, Minnesota, #7, Allison Art. Midfielder from Waterloo, North Dakota, #9, Jensen Seal. Forward from Plano, Texas, #10, Ava Kaiser. Forward from Northern Bench, Minnesota, Mason Kimball. Midfielder from Horace, North Dakota, number 20, Jalen Power. Midfielder from Moorhead, Minnesota, number 21, Madeline Etter. Defender from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, number 23, Morgan Batchelor. The Dragons are led by head coach Christy Kupitz. They're assisted by Michelle Martinez, Tiana Kambangsa, and Sierra Lenham. And now, the starting lineup for your University of Tampa Spartans, who entered today's game with a record of 2 wins and 1 loss. Goalkeeper from Houston, Texas, number 0, Megan Hessel. A defender from Uppsala, Sweden, number 4, Sofia Karlholm. A midfielder from Sweden, number 6, Fanny Pete. A defender from Naperville, Illinois, number 7, Aaron McCarthy. A graduate from Boca Raton, Florida, number 8, Quinn Knapp. A forward graduate from East Lyme, Connecticut, number 9, Stephanie De La Furcade. A forward from South Pearl, Massachusetts, number 10, Catherine Hostage. A forward from Woods, Florida, number 22, Madison McElhone. A defender from Sarasota, number 23, Gabby Samuels.
It's actually the full lineup.
From Pittsburgh, number 25, Hannah Kirkpatrick.
I like how you got all the stats, shots and goals.
Yep.
Nice. Shots and goals. So shots on goal percentage.
I like these guys. Yeah, they got really
This time, we ask that you please rise as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Officials for today's game are Eden Kapitzik, Santiago Lorenzo, and Jordan Smith. Fans NCAA and the Sunshine State Conference promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Using obscene gestures, profanity, racial, sexist, or unduly provocative language or action towards officials, opponents, spectators, or institution or conference administrators will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the premises. Thank you and enjoy today's game.
And so we are here at Pepin Stadium, 84 degrees with a real feel of 97. Very hot, very humid. We'll certainly get a few more cooling breaks. And the wind is also in full force. I'll go grab that paper really quickly. But just 1 second, we'll be live with more Tampa women's soccer. So hopefully the wind won't get too much worse. I'm Taylor Storley alongside Till Newman, and we are excited for today's match between your University of Tampa Spartans and the MSU Moorhead Dragons. For the Moorhead Dragons, it's their first game of the season. They will be wearing white jerseys. Tampa will be wearing red, and they are coming off 2 straight victories and enter this game 2-1. Of course, last time, Till, we were out here for Tampa's home game and a huge game for the Spartans, one that took a little longer as we had to wait after a thunderstorm canceled the previous one. But on Friday morning, Tampa was able to secure a 3-0 victory off a Catherine Hostage hat trick.
Yeah, she had a great game. What a day for her. What a morning for her on Friday. Now, the same time, an hour earlier. But what can we expect today?
I think for Tampa, they're going to want to try to make it 3 and continue to climb up the ranks. They had a good year last year. They made the conference tournament, but I think they definitely felt it ended a bit early after that crushing overtime loss in the first round there. And, you know, this is a strong team, and I think they're set to try to make a strong comeback. Of course, the men's team last night were here, and they took another victory, and they now moved to 1-1 in the season. And Tampa's women's team wants to keep the good times rolling. Their volleyball team also went 3-0 in the Tampa Classic, including in a very thrilling 3-2 comeback victory over number 24 ranked Colorado Mesa. So if Tampa Sports can go unbeaten for the weekend, if women's team wins right here. It's a good ball through, but it's going to go out for a goal kick early on.
Good idea by Fanny Pete. A little bit too long. The space was not there, but she tried to put in there. The idea was good. The execution was not that good, but hey, off to a good start.
It's all about generating those chances, and we've seen how lethal Tampa can be with those chances. Last time out, they did a great job of capitalizing. They faced off against Alabama Huntsville, and at the start, they were dominant, and even when the game had to resume the next day, they got in the rhythm pretty quickly, and it showed on the scoreline.
Yes, Taylor, you're just talking about the rhythm. So, this team is 0-0. That's their first game. I want to see how it is when you have 3 games in, like Tampa does. They're already in a rhythm. They already battled for some points. Let's see what we can expect from the other team today.
So Tampa will be bringing it up on the right flank. That's a really nicely placed through ball. I don't think Tampa will be able to get to it in time, and it'll just be cleared out for a throw-in. So Tampa does retain an opportunity here. MSU Moorhead's keeper Simon Lewald, the junior from Leander, Texas, opting to take the safe clearance route there on that play. And Tampa's going to bring it in. It'll go out, and according to the flag, it is a corner kick for the Spartans. So they'll actually get a very early chance. Just a little under 2 minutes played, and now exactly 2 minutes played here in the first half.
And here we go again. We got Della Foucault on the ball.
And of course, this season, Della Foucault tied for the assist lead with Madison McElhaney with 3. Surprisingly, yet no goals, but we know Della Foucault is just as deadly as Hostage. The duo had a great season last year, and a challenge at the corner of the box actually will stay in play. Good job there by MSU to keep it alive.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure if you want to keep that ball alive, to be honest, because there was a dangerous set piece. Della Foucault trying to find Hostage, as we've seen it on Friday morning as well. They pick up where they left off.
The Dragons able to get a little counterattack here. The Spartans have settled it down and now make an interception off the misplayed ball. And yeah, especially in that chance, the clearance is actually meant to keep the play alive, which it didn't go too far. If there wasn't a Dragon on it, Spartans would probably still have a decent opportunity at goal. But I will say the Dragons, I think, doing slightly better than the Chargers at first. They're being a little more aggressive and being able to avoid Tampa's midfield a little easier.
They most likely have watched the game, I would say, so they know what they expected, what they're going to expect. What a great turn by Hostage on the left side.
Hostage at the corner of the box, a great block, and it'll be cleared away by the Dragons.
That was a great move by her. Quick turn, and she got open space. Good cross with her left foot.
Desatel is going to bring it in, and Hostage depossessed on the line, and the Dragons actually keep it in and send it up closer to midfield. but the Spartans now win it back, and it's in a somewhat dangerous spot as it's sent out to the right. Whipped all the way in, and this time gathered well. It took a hop, but Lua able to come on top of it.
It was a good idea by Knapp. Left-footed cross, very dangerous. You know, the goalie needed to readjust the hands.
The Dragons will clear it up, and Tampa wins it back in the midfield. I'd like to go back to what you said a few minutes ago about watching film, because the fact is Tampa probably hasn't been able to watch much film on the Dragons since, this is the Dragons' first game of the season, so they're going to be going into this game a little blind when it comes to their tactics. They can only see the lineup and kind of guess, okay, and see when they're watching, this is the formation they're running, this is how it works. Moorhead could probably look at last year as Tampa returning to their classic 4-3-3 style of formation. It works well. They play an aggressive style of ball, similar to a gegenpress, although in this heat maybe a little bit less active. You don't want to absolutely kill the players when you've got humidity over 80%.
Exactly, and this is the second game within 2 days. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see some heavy legs beginning of the second half. Like you said earlier, we have 97 degrees out here now?
Yep, it feels like 97, and that number's just going to keep rising as the game goes on, and we get further into this Tampa morning. Of course, currently 10 a.m. The start was pushed up an hour because potential inclement weather later this afternoon. Tampa does not want to have another game get postponed or canceled. And, yeah, I mean, it's Tampa. The reason why the Lightning are called the Lightning is because it's the place with some of the most lightning strikes in the world.
Exactly.
Now
Like
another
men's
cross
soccer
after
as
that
well.
corner misses.
Men's soccer had the lightning delay as well last night. So you never know here in Florida. Quick throw in by this hotel.
Sent all the way back up to the top of the box, but the Dragons will come away with possession. And here's a through ball, but Desotel's just going to watch as her teammates just going to be able to get onto it for an easy interception. Even the back line, that's number 7, Erin McCarthy.
Erin McCarthy, she was not starting on Friday. She's starting today. I heard she was dealing with some injury.
And obviously, early on, injuries and getting back into the form of the season can take their toll on some players. So good to see McCarthy back ready to go today. That one's going to go out, and the Spartans will get a throw-in at the halfway line.
Since she came back, Knapp moved to the right back position. She also did a very good job on Friday playing the center back role. We can definitely see in this role again tonight.
The Dragons hold on to it, and the Spartans' pressure finally does cause a turnover. And the Dragons will simply have to clear it all the way back up, and it'll be the Spartans back in possession. 37 minutes to play in the first half. That's a dangerous through ball, and wasn't cleared away perfectly, but a great job there by Lowell to get in front of it and not let a Spartan get a shot, because that was a dangerous ball. We know Hostage loves to make those runs. That was how Tampa scored the first goal. A misplay from Alabama Huntsville keeper allowed Hostage to get in there and tap a nice little tap in.
Exactly, she's always ready to make these runs between the lines, go for the ball, even though this ball may not be for her, but she continued her run. It was dangerous. The goalie couldn't secure the ball, and rebounds are always dangerous, You always got to be there for the second balls.
First you don't succeed, you got to try again. And now the Dragons will be trying to get a good possession here off the goal kick. And that's a great fight. It's Tampa. Maybe have 3-on-3. And they get into the box. Played behind. And a good block there. And he'll go out for a Spartan corner. De La Forcada, a great shot on goal.
Yeah, that was a great play by McLeod. She outpaced her defender, put the ball back in the penalty spot area, and then we had Hostage missing the first one and De La Forcade bringing the second one on goal, but deflected, and now here we go, De La Forcade corner kick.
Spartans lining up closer to the far post. And that one's just going to go off the side of the goal. Goal kick for the Dragons. Yeah, it was a great move by McElhaney to open up that chance. And I think it was more just it hit in the back. So instead of really going for the shot, she was more content to kind of bring it behind. And the left card was there. And now that ball isn't there for the Dragon defender. Tampa gets another throw in.
In a very dangerous position. In the final third. Nap on the ball.
Tampa keeps it alive, and the shot goes high. 35 minutes to go, and still tied, and a tough miss right there, Till.
Yeah, there was a big chance for the Tampa Spartans. Like I said, it was a dangerous throwing position. A good move by Hostage. She puts the ball back again, and we have a miss by, I think it was number 32? Sophie Schrader. But it was also not an easy ball. You gotta hit this first time. You gotta bring it on target. No, I wouldn't say it was a bad miss, but it was a big chance. Let's keep it that way.
Yeah, just an unfortunate one, and had some good power on the shot. Just couldn't keep it down. And now Tampa, however, might have a chance here off the goal kick. And will that stay in play? No, it won't. Actually, yes, it will. Great effort.
Oh, I thought she got it, actually.
Yeah, just barely missed it. I thought you got it too.
The idea was good. Good distribution here. Trying to play it wide. A little bit too long for her, but
works out in the end for the Dragons, but
exactly.
Spartans will keep trying to find it. Good crowd here at Pepin Stadium this morning. I think an interesting note, a lot of umbrellas.
yeah, it's there are no clouds in the sky right now.
And I think that's primarily for the heat, but looking at it, you'd expect to see a lot of ominous clouds in the distance looking to threaten this game, but for now, skies remain clear.
Yeah, it's a beautiful morning, a blue sky. You can't ask for much more.
Good footy, a good crowd, good people, good broadcast team.
Yes, sir.
The only thing is maybe a little less humidity would be nice.
Yeah, it's quite hot up here.
Thankfully, we're wearing the Tampa red uniforms, and that'll help them out because wearing the black ones would absolutely conduct heat and make things even worse out there on the field. There's a header in the midfield, and Tampa will end up finding it out to De La Fourcade, and Des Hotels can't find the pass from De La Fourcade.
Now we have the Dragons in the final third for the first time.
Good block there. And Tampa's able to clear it away. You could hear some of the Dragons faithful who made the trek all the way from Minnesota to come down here to Tampa. Always a fun excuse to get to travel across the nation and to visit a place like Tampa, a nice city. Rich sports behind it, from the Lightning to the Rays, to the Rowdies, and of course, to the Spartans.
But there was a great one too between Hostage and De La Fourcade.
This one gets a little too far beyond De La Fourcade, and it will be a throw-in now for the Dragons. And even though Hostage, leading goal scorer for the Spartans last year and this year so far, she's always dropping back to the midfield looking to help create chances in the attack. And Desatos is going to bring it inside.
Yeah,
Desautel's.
Very important that she completed that pass. She was waiting, looking for the space to pass the ball, to complete the pass. Very composed.
And now throw in here for the Spartans. And it will be Desautel's on the ball. Last time out against Alabama Huntsville, she also had a great night, really taking control on the left side and being a help offensively and defensively, as this one will go out for another Tampa throw-in.
Definitely. She's an experienced player. It's her last year. She's in the grad program. She definitely knows what she's doing. And we have another throw-in for Tampa.
Hessel back in goal, of course, today. She had a pretty easy clean sheet last time out. I think only 1 or 2 major chances she needed to even get to. But she's done a good job to try to solidify the starting position. But Tampa does have some solid options if Aaron wants to ever look to them. But Essel's done a great job so far.
That is very true. This pass was anticipated by Knapp.
And a great job to get on top of it.
That was a good opportunity for the Dragons to catch Tampa in transition, to have space, have more players behind the ball than in front of the ball.
And so far, I don't think the Dragons have had a lot of those opportunities to get a odd number attack there. But, however, they just weren't able to find the right passes. Might have another chance in the midfield here. They can get by the Spartans. A good move.
Well defended.
McEloney wins it back. Hostage wanted it, but instead, McEloney sent it through. It'll stay in play, though, up until the Dragons try to clear it up the field. Desautel's on top of it, but the ball to De La Fourcade misses. That was just too hard of a touch, and it'll go out closer to the midfield line.
Yeah, this pass was anticipated by number 12, Jessica Carlson.
Good job to read the game and read it and get on top of it. Just too hard of a touch, too hard of a pass there to really generate something, though, for the Dragons.
That is true. She also had pressure from the back because De La Fourcade was tracking back, but also there was a well anticipated play.
Tampa putting some pressure in the midfield, and this one will be sent up and headed clear for a throw-in. And now here a through ball, and it will not be able to find Hostage in time. Instead, it's going to go out for a goal kick. No, just kept alive by the goalie, but safely in the possession of Minnesota State Moorhead.
I love to see how Tampa is trying to play these through balls again, almost whenever they can. But also, it's Hostage is going for almost every ball. It's going to be very tiring for her if she has to run for every ball. We got to find her feet a little bit more often now.
That's just the type of player Hostage is, though, trying to be always aggressive and finding those chances. She had one there, but unfortunately just missed the cross that time, and it goes out for a goal kick. And, of course, we see it on the board back there. Shout out to all the ball boys and ball people who help out the Spartans for our games. And everyone who works for the Spartans, including you and me, Till, and especially the people down in the press box, people over at the sidelines, help make Spartan sports possible, so we want to give them a shout-out and thank them for all their hard work. It's been a tough weekend for the Spartans. A lot of events going on, the Tampa Classic, and, of course, the home openers for both teams. Things will eventually quiet down, but the work does not stop. It only gets even more. This one's barely out of bounds, so Fourcade can't get on top of it.
You definitely need a crew you can count on. So you can rely on people. People show up for games. People are organized. People keep this running. So we appreciate all of you. And throw in.
De La Fourcade brings it to the middle of the field. Tried to find Hostage on the next pass, but just couldn't. And now Tampa will win it back off the errant short pass from the Dragons. Hostage out on the wing, De La Fourcade in the center. And now Hostage sends one inside, wins it back off the deflection. Great run from Hostage.
Great pass.
Over to the far post, but just a little too hard and couldn't get enough possession. And this time it's lifted right into the goalie's arms. Good catch there by Lewald. So that'll be disappointing for the Spartans. A really, really nice opportunity. Great Great cross there from Hostage, but I think it just came on in the right angle to just cause a little stumble before the shot could be made.
Again, a very dangerous play here by the Spartans.
Spartans clear that away. It'll be a throw-in, and they're going to look to get up the field. 25 minutes remaining in the first half. This one going to be sent out to the right wing.
Very good ball by number 6, Funny Pete. And now we have the substitutions for the Spartans.
So yeah, 2 quick changes. It looks like that might be McElhaney coming out.
Yes, for Richardson.
And we'll have to see maybe if that can help some pair of fresh legs make an attack on the right side. And
Also number 3, Grace Fowler entering the game for number 6, Funny Pete.
so people take a break as well. Shot on goal!
What a-
Oh my!
What a goal!
Wow!
A goal!
And honestly, you can't blame Lewell for not getting to that because I don't think Lewell expected a shot from there.
Right. Who was there? Was it Delafcat
Might have been.
or was it Kirkpatrick?
I'll have to wait for the announcement of the PA for that because I could barely tell who it was from that distance. But what a goal, taking a chance.
Right, that was a great left-footed
And it's actually Sophie Schrader.
Sophie Schrader.
So that's going to be a goal for Schrader. The Spartans up by 1. And honestly, that's definitely a goal of the season candidate already. For Schrader, that's her 2nd of the year. Wow.
Great strike, a great strike. As a goalie, you can't do anything. When somebody hits the ball like that, it's very hard for a goalie. Top corner,
Far post.
far post.
That's what you'd call top bins that time.
Yes,
An incredible play from the Spartans. The Dragons looking to respond with now the 1-0 Spartan lead.
And now, here we are again. The Spartans with a lead in the first half. And we've seen their back line. Very consistent, very good on the ball, very composed. The Spartans are in a good position right now.
Spartans have had control of the game for the most part, and they've had a lot more of the attacking chances. But I know they'll absolutely love that opening goal as we now have about halfway through the first half. See if that generates even more momentum. Hostage gets on top of it. A 3-on-1 for Hostage. Hostage to Dill Furcade. Back to Hostage. Hostage fighting for it. Dill Furcade. And they're both staying on top of it amidst a swarm of Dragon defenders. And now Tampa able to bring it out wide. Crossed into the far post. DeSoto's, just went wide. Don't blame her for having a crack from that distance, though.
Yeah, I mean, she took a higher risk on this shot. She could have taken 1 or 2 touches, 2 touches rather than 1 touch. But also, sometimes you gotta take a risk, you know? We just saw a great goal, taking a risk, shooting from that position. Could have also been a goal of the year.
Of course. And also, from that spot, there was an open lane. I mean, to quote Eric Tinsetta, if you no longer go for a gap that exists, you're no longer a racing driver. If you no longer go for a shot that is open, you're no longer a football player.
Exactly. Well said, Taylor.
Looks like another change. Looks like an attacker coming off, so that very well could be our goal scorer getting a well-deserved water break, Sophie Schrader, or could be someone else.
Also, the Dragons subbed out number 11, Lily Johnson, for number 4, Mackenzie Eckert.
So we'll see what change, or how that change will assist the Dragons. And this ball's going to be played through. A good clearance. Ooh, and I think that ricocheted off the Spartan bench there. Throw in for the Dragons. They'll continue their attack. Good interception in the midfield. And a little chance opening up as the ball gets in the box. That shot's going to hit on the side netting. Hessel saw it was going to miss. They did a good job to let it go out.
Good ball movement by the Dragons here, but the clearance was not good enough. The clearance in the middle of the field intercepted right away. Then a good 1-2 by the Dragons. Well, it was a well-taken shot, but Hesse, with her experience, she saw the ball. She doesn't need to go down, try to intercept it.
And had a good cover on the near post, which is always what you need to do on a shot like that. This time the clearance up from Hessel just curves a little too far to the left. Another Dragons throw-in. And they have started to really find some things clicking recently, as this one will go out for another. Pretty sure from here we can actually hear Hessel in goal with some communication for her teammates. And that's always what's good about a player who's extremely vocal, helping the team. But now a chance inside for the Dragons. Deflected away, and it will be a goal kick, as that was last off a Dragon attacker.
Well played by Mackenzie Ickert. Well played. Good cross, and then it was dangerous.
It was a very dangerous opportunity, and it looks like a more defensive substitution being made now for the Spartans. But yeah, I was mentioning just a minute ago, Megan Hessel, very vocal, and that's always a great quality to have in a player, especially in goal, being a leadership role, trying to help your team kind of stay in your shape, stay organized. So you definitely need someone like that because they provide a lot of value on the field.
Definitely. You always need leaders on the field, especially if you have a leader in the back. A goalie can be a great person to communicate with. The goalie sees everything from the back. So the goalie has a different view, can see things happen quicker maybe. You never know. So it's always good to have a vocal goalie in your goal, which can also be a great leader, obviously.
And of course, now 20 minutes to go in the first half. We will have a water break with these hot temperatures. Teams are going to take a quick breather, get hydrated, and obviously it's for the players. Calm everyone down. A little timeout from the action. So we'll be back in just 2 minutes with more Spartan soccer. They lead the Dragons 1-0. We're back at Pepin Stadium. The water break for everyone has concluded, and we're ready for more Spartan soccer. It was that earlier goal from Sophie Schrader that put the Spartans up 1-0, and they've got a chance to keep fighting for the end of the first half.
But we've seen the Dragons getting into the game now after 25 minutes. They see more action on the ball. They've been able to keep possession the past 5 minutes.
And here they've got another shot, and Desautel with a great tackle. It will go out for a corner kick, though.
The substitute number 4, Mackenzie Ickert, a good substitution. She's making a lot of noise since she gets subbed in on the right side.
And I think with her extra stamina, she hasn't been playing as much, which means she'll have more speed and a little more explosiveness. That's definitely helped them generate some momentum. Desautel has done a good job of covering, but on that play right there, it went all the way to the corner flag, and the best Desautel could do was get out for this corner kick.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's the Spartans are sleeping. There was a very, very dangerous pass into the box. She could have easily turned.
I think
Why-
so as well, but I think that's just part of the routine to go 1-2 and try to find an opportunity. That time the opportunity they found, a wide shot and a goal kick now.
I mean, but I know there was definitely plans. But hey, quick communication like, hey, turn. You get space behind you, turn. Like, communicate with her. Her back was all free. She could have turned. She was in the 16-yard, 18-yard box.
I mean, we've seen Spartans make those good turns before. Last night, Morales, our
That's
center back, had a brilliant turn on the dribble to get an open opportunity. And I know we've seen Hostage make some plays like that. We've seen De La Furcade and McElhaney make plays like that.
Definitely. So we definitely know players can do that. Definitely.
Dragons once again bring it up, and it'll go out for a throw-in. So Moorhead, the second half of the first half, they're a lot more aggressive.
Yeah, since this is the first game of the season, the Spartans have like 2 games in for this weekend. I mean, you warm up on Thursday night, you get ready, you play 8 minutes. Then you come back on Friday morning, you play 90 again, and now Sunday morning. There's a mismatch, I would say, between some of the players, and let's see how the Spartans can manage this in the second half. In the first, at the end of the first half and second half.
This one's going to be cleared up the field, and Moorhead's, however, back on top of it. But now the Spartans make a good interception, and if they can really consolidate it, they can't, but they will bring it all the way back up, which means that Moorhead have to work all the way back down the field once again. And Spartan pressure already causing another turnover. Spartan's going to send it back to Desautel's.
Yeah, good distribution by Kirkpatrick there, and a great one too.
And Desautel should be able to get to it. No, a few steps behind.
But a very good combination, the third man run, the overlapping run, the quick 1-2, finding the overlapping player. Just a little bit too long, as you said.
There's been a few new additions for the Spartans team, but yeah, they have that chemistry. They know how to work those chances, and they know where their players are going to be. That's why they've found some great runs so far.
Yes, they're an experienced team. The core of the group, the core of the starting 11 has been playing for the 2 past years, has been playing together for the past 2 years, excuse me.
That's partially thanks to COVID redshirting as well. It allows cores to kind of stay together. As, you did lose one season in the process naturally, but teams can still gain experience and chemistry. That's why you'll sometimes see more graduates or people that were juniors one year and then juniors the next year. I think that trend has finally stopped, though, after last year's action.
Right, but it was the right thing to do by
Obviously.
the NCAA. You got to give the college athletes. This season was hard for all the athletes. Imagine what you love, what you're doing every day gets interrupted by not only for athletes, by everybody. So it was just fair that everybody gets the season back.
I think what's great as well is that now we finally got full sports back. COVID, even though it's of course still around, obviously everyone should be careful. It's a lot nicer now. We can always come back now to these public events, and I think during that year we really did miss live sports so much.
Definitely, and not just us. I think everybody missed it. Everybody missed the exciting moments here, watching soccer on a beautiful Sunday morning.
And even though there's some humidity, we'd rather take the humidity than no live sports at all.
Facts.
That opportunity from Tampa just goes over the bar, so it'll be a goal kick, and the Dragons playing it short. Good job there to hold firm in the midfield and win the ball back. I believe that's number 14, Cronquist, who's come on as a substitute. Making the good play there.
Now, since McCarthy left the field earlier, Knapp moved back to the center-back position.
This one's sent all the way up, and now the Spartans going to keep fighting for it. This one's going to be deflected away, and Spartans get another throw-in.
The Dragons are better in tacklings now.
That one gets all the way back. Oh, but that's an errant ball. And Spartans now have a really dangerous opportunity.
Great move by Kirkpatrick.
Great reaction to read the pass and make the interception. Nothing was too open, and unfortunately, the cross is a little bit wayward. But a great reaction, great play, and it keeps the Dragons on their toes when you're making interceptions like that.
It was actually Emily Floyd. Excuse me.
Whoops. Apologies out there then. But still, great play. Moorhead makes a substitution. 13 minutes to go in the first half. So a little over 32 minutes being played. And good pressure there to force it out for another throw-in. Good play by Desautel to get on top. Tampa gets it back in the midfield. Now they look to bring it back up. Through ball and
Great pass by Sophia Karlholm. She found the space. She's breaking two lines with her pass to find Della Foucault.
and that time it'll be a Dragons free kick on that. A big challenge. The two went down. You know, when they say tackle, they don't usually mean a football tackle, American football tackle out there. But that was what it looked a little more like. Both players obviously A-OK. Wasn't a huge slide tackle or anything, but the two came into a challenge and weren't going to give up.
Yeah, now the Dragons can step up the field, can launch it long. We've seen player on top of the box now.
And so let's see what they're going to do here as they likely whip it all the way in. And Tampa gets in front of it to head it away. And I think that'll be the Lefrakad getting on top of it.
Yeah, now the Spartans catch the Dragons in transition. Numbers down, but very composed play.
Spartan goes down there on that challenge, and he'll go out for a corner kick. Good work there.
Good work there. The Spartans were numbers down, but she took good defense, but still a corner kick for the Spartans. Well played.
Just a little over 11 minutes to go. A chance to go up by 2. Sent into the box at the far post. And unfortunately for Della Foucault, it just sails over. 2 more substitutes coming on now for the Dragons. One of the players exiting for now will be Jensen Seidel, a number 9 from Fargo, North Dakota. Yeah. If you're watching here as well, we'd love to have you at Pepin Stadium for future games this season, whether you're a Spartan fan. Although for a Moorhead fan, it's probably better to go to your games than traveling all the way back to Tampa for more Spartan games if Moorhead isn't playing there. But either way, thank you for joining us today on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. And a good interception in the midfield from the Spartans. Good job to keep on top of it. And they win it back.
I like the composure, number 14, putting it wide to Richardson.
Whipped into the box, over to far post, but this one will simply be cleared away.
Dangerous play by the Spartans. Oh.
Missed the ball on that tackle there.
That was a late tackle.
Yeah, very late. Definitely not an intentional thing to try to get it. I just probably think misread the ball, and fortunately Spartan goes down. She's all right, though, and now they've got a free kick out of this opportunity.
That happens. Sometimes you're late. You don't want to harm nobody, but sometimes you're just late for the tackle. But now the Spartans get an opportunity to put the ball inside the 18-yard box. And we've seen the Spartans being very dangerous after that boss.
And here it is, all the way to the far post. Misses the keeper, but has a little too much power, can't be corralled in time, and it'll be a goal kick again for the Dragons.
Yeah, Neb trying to find Emily Floyd on the far post. It was a good ball. It was
Yeah.
a very good ball. The goalie actually did not look too comfortable or confident to get the ball. So
That's
it
certainly
was-
not what you want to see, though. A goalie just being a little worried about that type of play.
I know if the goalie comes out of their goal, you gotta be there. You gotta be confident, and you gotta get the ball in your hands.
See how confident this goal kick now from Louisville will be. And it goes a little bit under midfield. The Spartans win it back, and now another dangerous opportunity. 5 Spartans and 6 Dragons up the field already.
Floyd on the left side. Oh,
And Lloyd, it just hit off the other foot.
unlucky touch there.
Very unlucky, and definitely not her fault. She was looking to keep it in, but when she tried to pull it back, I think the right foot, it hit off her, and she's like, man.
Right.
Spartans can have the solace of that 1-0 lead, but those chances do hurt when you miss them.
Definitely, a one nothing lead is everything can happen. There's still the game is still on. You never know. One set piece can change the game.
Spartans looking to find it here. It's going to be cleared away by the Dragons, and I think it'll stay in play as the Spartans now have a chance. And actually, clever play to let it roll. 7:30 to go.
The Dragons can take a breather now, stepping up the lines.
I'd say what's kind of fun is that these heat breaks as well that we kind of make the game into quarters, where we can actually kind of see where play kind of goes from one half to another. It's a natural timeout that both teams can utilize too. And so far, both teams pretty strong from the timeout. Tampa, of course, still maintaining momentum, but on the counterattack, the Dragons have been deadly. They've got an opportunity here. Good defense, though, and the Spartans send it all the way back.
Good clearance. Good play by number 18. Mason Kimber. Very good pass to break the lines. This Mackenzie Ickert on the ball.
And offsides there. And good job with a line right there. And you can see because I believe it's number 17 out on that right wing. Had a lot of open space, but that was also visible from the Spartans. And they knew that she was going to be way too far up, so they didn't need to worry about tracking too far back. And that ball turned into the offsides ball. That gives the Spartans a chance to bring it back down the field. Well intercepted.
Idea was good, trying to break the lines again, but she gotta make sure she's not offsides in this moment, because it could have been a big chance, like right now.
This time barely staying onside, but very close again. And now the Spartans have it closer to midfield.
Playing it wide to Emily Floyd. She's trying to find Kirkpatrick.
And Spartans nearly lost it in a really dangerous spot, but they get it back and back out to Dizatels.
Yeah, I like to see a little bit more possession for the Spartans now. With 5 minutes to go in the first half, you're up 1-0. You're leading the game. You gotta manage the half now. You definitely can't concede now before halftime, because this is a very crucial phase of the game right now.
And with that lead, you can take some more time off the clock and be a little more relaxed. And that can naturally open up some more opportunities. But here, good pressure from the Dragons will force a throw-in, but it actually goes off the Dragon defender. Spartan ball.
Yeah, but as you can see, the Dragons are pressuring now, which they have to, they got to. But also Spartans with a substitution now.
So the Spartans will get a pair of fresh legs and another throw in here with under 5 minutes to go in the first half. Throwing now for the Dragons off of that deflection. And 86 degrees now here at Pippin Stadium. Real feel from AccuWeather says 99. Whew. That's very hot. And De La Fourcade, actually, not sure if that was De La Fourcade going down for a second. She's all good, though. And Spartans get another throw-in.
We don't need no injuries here. Definitely not. But so far, this is not a heated game. Barely any fouls.
All the way into the box, but a great header there. And even though it wasn't able to send it up the field, it diverted the trajectory and forces the Spartans to try again.
Yeah, very important by Dayla Miller that she touched this ball. Because I think it was Emily Floyd. She was far post. She was on the far post, second post. She was ready to score. Now we got this hotel on the ball. Went to Sophia Karlholm. Now the Spartans trying to manage the game. Look at this. Soccer can be so easy.
This one's going to be sent all the way up. And this time Lewis gets on top of it with under 3 to go.
A good idea, but with 3 minutes on the clock, you can keep possession. You can find this ball late in like a minute or 2.
This time a great interception. A great reaction to get to the ball there, and now Tampa gets a throw-in.
Yeah, good play by Richardson, definitely. Also, that is a turnover that can't happen in a dangerous area in your own third in front of the goal, and now another dangerous throw-in. We've seen the Spartans become dangerous after throw-ins.
Yeah, although that time, I don't think it'll be super dangerous as it goes out for the goal kick. But yeah, that's the type of play that I know that Moorhead's coach is going to be a little disappointed about. At halftime, I imagine that Christy Kopitz is going to be telling her left back, hey, you can't be lackadaisical on the ball like that. That's a chance that you just surrendered that thankfully we were able to get on top of, but if we couldn't, that's an easy 2-0.
Right.
This one headed away. Sent through. And put back closer to the box. Headed away with about 90 seconds to go. Spartans can't keep it alive off the effort from Cronquist. Throw one from the Dragons here. This will be the final game of the home weekend for Spartan Sports. But be sure to stay tuned throughout the year for more volleyball, men's soccer, and of course, women's soccer for the Spartans back at Pippin Stadium. After halftime, we'll give you an update on the next games for each team, so you can check them out on the Tampa Spartans TV and the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. 60 seconds left. Minute to win it. Entering halftime for the Dragons. This one cleared up, but more air than distance. And great moves by the number 4. Sends this all the way through. And I love the effort on that header, but that was never going to go down. Even a Cristiano Ronaldo 10-foot jump wouldn't get it. Sent all the way to the midfield. And Tampa.
Counter-attack by the Spartans here, but unfortunately a little bit too far for.
And now they've got about 10 seconds or so left. They can maybe make a throw-in and a quick shot. But as the ball won't be able to get back in time, this should end the first half. Instead, they're just going to roll it away.
Definitely.
And so, 45 minutes played here at Pippin Stadium. The Spartans score early off a worldie there from Sophie Schrader. And, Schrader. Got confused because I had a player a while back who had the name Shader, and that's kind of hard to read without the R. But Schrader with a brilliant goal to start the game, and the Spartans have held the lead. They enter halftime with a 1-0 lead. We'll see you in around 15 minutes. Back for more Spartan Soccer. I'm Taylor Storley alongside Till Newman. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hello and welcome back in Pepin Stadium for the second half women's UT women's soccer against the Dragons from Minnesota.
So we are underway with the kickoff.
Good pressure by the Spartans, but the Dragons managed to break the lines.
Tampa will just clear it out for a throw-in here.
Yeah, nothing fancy here, just putting the ball out of bounds. We don't want to take any risk in our third.
Just want to play it simple and try to get it back to the midfield. And that's where you can get a little risky. And the Dragons, watch as it goes out of bounds for their throw-in, for Spartans throw-in.
I was just about to say, can we have a quick play here? Good throw-in by number 19, Ella Amas. And again, a quick play. Number 29, Dela Miller. Anticipated once again the throw-in to Hostage, but still well played by the Spartans, trying to make the ball quick, bringing it back into the game, trying to catch the backline off guard. And now here we have a corner kick. This time it's going to be number 32, Sophie Schrader on the ball. Let's see if she's trying to find Hostage as well, same as Stella Foucault.
And Sophie had scored the earlier goal, as this one will get cleared away by the Dragons.
Now we have 2 versus 5. Jackie Morris, new in the game, she's tracking back, very, very good. Very good transition by the Spartans. Having numbers behind the ball. And now Spartans number 19, Ella Amas, has to come off the field. I didn't see what happened there.
Could be maybe a mix of the heat or also just an unfortunate knock there, but it'll be a opportunity here for the Dragons as they take the initial kick.
And we have a referee drop ball.
Now the drop ball, most likely bet will be that they send it all the way up.
Yeah, usually the Spartans would do
Or the Spartans will, yeah.
The Spartans would play the ball back. But I also think the Spartans were in possession, so I don't know. I guess not.
So the Dragons will just keep possession here as they look to try to equalize. Of course, trailing 1-0 after that Schrader goal earlier.
Yeah, the Spartans can't get too comfortable with a 1-0 lead, you know. One goal can change the entire game. But also, a 2-0 would give the Spartans more comfort. Well played here.
There's the shot deflected upward.
Della Foucault.
Good effort from Della Foucault, and a little bit of contact in front of the box, but no foul called. As the scramble for the ball over the midfield is underway.
Good defensive work by Knapp, chasing the ball down. Now we have number 17, Jackie Morris, on the ball with a throw-in for the Spartans. She's trying to find Kathleen Hostage. Well interrupted by number 29, Dela Miller. Great turn by Kirkpatrick.
So we apologize, we were down just for a minute there. The heat, well, we already mentioned 101 degrees out there, and the computer just had to take a little quick reset there with the stream, but looks like it'll work for now. And that's the only downside of playing an 11 a.m. or 10 a.m. game. The morning heat is absolutely brutal, as this one's going to get through. The Dragons cleared away. But at this point, things should be working. The clock looks right. 39 minutes to go. Thrown into the box, headed away. Big throw in here now from the Spartans.
Hostage on the ball, trying to turn.
Good pressure there from Hostage. And gets a Spartan throw in. Another dangerous opportunity. Next time we have a morning game, I'll probably bring an umbrella. I think that probably helps shield from the heat a little bit. Throwing now all the way inside. And
cleared by the Dragons.
yeah, back to the midfield. Tampa keeps it on their half. But now the Dragons have an opportunity. But it will fall back for the Spartans. And now Hessel will have a chance to corral it and try to bring it up.
She got a lot of time on the ball, and now Sophia Colholm to this hotel. She's putting a great ball to Hostage.
Hostage. And it's going to be intercepted by the Dragons. And they'll send it all the way back to Lewald. We'll have a few seconds. Tampa not as aggressive on the press, simply holding a little more defensive shape. But now that they've brought it out, there is a bit of pressing action, and it will go out for a Dragon throw-in. Of course, you see over getting the ball from the fence right next to the new health and technology building. The renovations that were made on it. See the new sky bridge that goes across both buildings. Really cool to see.
Yeah, right behind the new building, we have the bell tower.
Yep, a lot of new construction just completed on campus, and naturally, there's even more underway, as this one's now picked up by the goalie. Closer over by the cast building, they also recently had some renovations. They're going to be reconstructing a building and setting up a new place where you've mentioned there's going to be dorms and all that stuff. And, you know, housing, it's always great to have more places so people can get on campus.
Yeah, housing is definitely something this school has to work on, obviously. And now we have the Dragons in the final third, but well defended by the Spartans. Richardson plays a 1-2. That's how easy soccer can be. Now Richardson got space on the right side.
Has a chance. Whips this in. And that's somewhat dangerous, but it will sail just a little too far. Great opportunity and almost was on goal.
Right? This ball, untouched in the 6-yard box, it's always dangerous. Always.
A breeze coming up right here, as you had mentioned earlier. That certainly helps shield from the raw humidity and heat. But on the field, they're not as high as up here. That's where a little bit more of the wind is. So down there, not as much. But if it gets windier, the field does get affected, and that can have an effect on different shots and trajectories of passes and balls. And that always adds a little wrinkle into the game, too. Sent back to the midfield. And a good job by the Spartans to hold on.
Actually, unmentioned this year, the NCAA has a new game ball.
Ooh.
Which not many people may have noticed, but yes, the NCAA has a new designed ball. I would say it's a little bit heavier than the balls before.
Interesting. And that, of course, makes it a little harder to get a lot of power behind it, or a little bit more air.
Somewhat. But also it gives you more... Also you can... Like if the ball is heavier, it's not that noticeable, but it is noticeable. So I would say you can actually hit it a little bit harder because there's more resistance. The ball is heavier.
Also travel a little further because of the weight.
Oh,
now played in front of goal, and no, can't come up away with it.
As you're speaking about the ball, great opportunity for the Spartans. Good play by Jackie Morris and Kathleen Hostage and Jalissa Richardson with the finish. Unfortunately, off target. But what do you think about this game, this play, Taylor?
That was a great play, well-worked ball, and a really good chance on goal, but just had a little wide, too much pressure from the goalie and the defender. You can see her a little upset about it, but still a very nice chance and something Aaron can like watching as the team continues to put the pressure on. They're leading 1-0. I think it's only a matter of time before they can find the number 2. 4 substitutions coming in for the Dragons, and I think they're wanting to make some changes. They want to get back on the front foot. Tampa wins it back. This one's sent through.
What a ball by this hotel. It was a great ball. She's breaking the lines with her passes, which is very important. She's not as much on the ball as she used to be on Friday, but as you can see, her distribution is very good, and now she's overlapping.
That's a good move to try to get inside, and rough contact. It's actually going to be awarded as a goal kick, but
yeah, in this play, she got to get on the ball. Hostage trying to take the defender on one-on-one, but the overlapping run was the way to go, in my opinion. But hey, the player on the ball is making the decision.
Yep. And sometimes you're just kind of in the heat of the moment, tunnel visioned in. Although I will say, I think that might have even been close to a foul in that play with that contact.
Yeah.
They don't call as many. They usually let them get more physical. And obviously these teams aren't necessarily getting too physical in their challenges for the most part. But I think that time could have warranted because that did kind of get in the way of the play.
I mean, always. She was inside the 18-yard box. She can take her on one-on-one. You never know. Maybe you can draw a foul. Jackie Morris on the right side.
Whipped in.
Ooh.
Stays in play, but we'll go all the way back to the other side now.
Well recovered.
And surely that's a foul, yes. So that time, it'll give a free kick opportunity for the Spartans in a dangerous spot.
Let's see what they have planned on this free kick.
32 minutes to go. And now a little under 30 seconds as well. And Spartans have a chance to go up on 2. And it should be exciting.
Whipped in and cleared by the Dragons. Corner kick, Spartans.
That's a great job to get a corner kick. And even though it didn't get enough power to get in over the defenders didn't have a lot to do with it. And now the Spartans get another good chance. And what this also does is help eat some of the time off the clock. Because, again, they don't have to take this at 1,000,000 miles an hour. They can wait maybe an extra 5-10 seconds and slowly keep working the clock down. As this one goes in, and despite contact in the box, it will just be Tampa coming away with it. On a no, and a through on.
We have another substitution.
New Spartan player coming on.
Yeah, every time you have a ball, a corner kick, you get time to breathe, which is very important. As we said, we're having it feels like 101 degrees out here.
Yeah, it's so hot. You need to have those types of things. And the corner kicks are good because, again, you do get that extra breather. You need to have those moments to go the full 90 or a long way of the 90. And now yet another is the Spartans, really aggressive on possession. And again, thank you for tuning in on Tampa Spartans TV.
Also, we can see the Spartans did a lot of substitutions, but the level does not drop.
Yeah.
That speaks for the team, definitely.
I think a lot of depth and quality, and you don't really see any lost quality. When they do go to the subs, the header just going to be deflected away, and now the Spartans closer to midfield, looking to keep this attack alive.
Playing it wide.
Intercepted and out for another Spartan throw-in. For the last 3 minutes or so, Spartans have just held it completely in this half of the field. Now inside the box.
It's hostage. Oh. Did
And
you see that?
yeah.
I would say there was a
There's a little
holding.
bit of pulling, a little bit of, yeah.
She was pulling a jersey.
Always got to be tough, though, when those calls are in the box because a penalty really changes the outlook of a game.
Oh, definitely. But that was a smart play. The ref didn't see it, but it was enough. It was enough to stop Kathleen Hostage from getting the ball again, from turning.
And Hostage has scored in every Spartan game this season. Of course, came off a hat trick and had 2 goals each in the first 2 games, or, well, 1 goal in the first, 1 goal in the second. But a good start for her, and that's the type of play you need to do to stop her at the moment.
Exactly. A smart play there by the Dragons. The
And
Dragons defense definitely have spoken about Hostage. That she's a player you would analyze before a game. You want to know, and you want to know what she's doing, so you can try to keep her like off the ball. Try to not get her on the ball as often. Trying to intercept the through balls by the Spartans.
you definitely want to try to shut Hostage down 100%.
Definitely. She and Della Foucault are a good good combo.
Now out over, it'll go out for a goal kick. So the first opportunity in a few minutes goes wide.
Yeah, a little bit more than 15 minutes in the second half. The game slowed down quite a bit.
It certainly has, and I think also the heat kind of adds to that, where at this point of the game, they're not essentially going very aggressive unless they're on the attack. They're kind of waiting, trying to deal with it. I expect more intensity once we reach the second water break, which will probably be by the 20-minute mark again. 28 minutes to go, and the Spartans now back on the attack. Here's Hostage. Good tackle to take her down, and actually we'll give a free kick. We wanted to play advantage.
It looked like a fair and clean tackling.
Yeah.
And now a quick play by the Spartans. Wide to McElon.
This one's going to be sent to the box. Dangerous opportunity.
Jackie Morris.
First shot blocked. Morris sends it out wide. And, that was a goal kick. Whether she just slipped or was trying to maybe draw contact, just did not work that time, but a good opportunity. And yeah, on the previous play, I think that was a clean tackle. She got ball.
Right, she got the ball, but, the ref had a better positioning than we do.
Obviously, we're 20 miles away, and he's right up in all the action, so
right.
not a surprise.
But also you mentioned Richardson. She saw the defender coming. She could have drawn a foul, but very smart by the defender. She did step back. She was ready to go in the tackling, but she noticed if she goes for a tackling, it's going to be a foul. And we almost had a penalty for the Spartans,
and that really would have put another wrinkle into this game. But now a chance for the Dragons on a break, but a great job to come back and clear it.
Yeah, the Spartans are always numbers up in the defensive half, which is very important. As we can see, she passed 2 Spartan players, but the third one, Sophia Karlholm, is there to end the play for the Dragons.
And that was certainly dangerous because they're getting close to the box and close to a spot where Hessel's going to have to worry about making a first save of the night. Well,
right?
Day, not night.
But so far so good. Hostage pushes it far.
And a good attempt there by Hostage, but it just goes out of play.
Yeah, so far so good. The Spartan defense stays strong. We haven't seen much action inside the 18-yard box of the Spartans. Good
This one's
ball.
sent through. And yeah, by the way, the Spartans, they're looking to go a further now, 270 minutes of clean sheet action because they've held 2 clean sheets in a row. 5-0 win on the road, and then, of course, the 3-0 win last time. And currently, they've also held a clean sheet with 25 to go now.
You know how important clean sheets are in soccer?
Oh, very much so. Don't concede a goal. You can't lose.
Exactly.
Unless it's the playoffs, then you can go to penalties. But other than that,
with the Spartans offense, we're always going to be able to create chances to score. I would say it's very unlikely the Spartans don't score in a goal with that offensive power.
mm-hmm. And that's the thing. You only need one if you can hold on. And with players like Hostage, Lafarcade, and others being able to step up, it's a good bet to have that the Spartans will score. This shot is just going to sail over. I like the idea. A little too much under it.
I totally agree. A good idea to take this shot. I would have taken it to myself. Just a little bit too high. You gotta lean over the ball, bring it on target, but still a dangerous play. Once again. And the Spartan pressure, here we go again. Spartans ball.
On stoppages of play and other things, you'll also sometimes hear our guest PA announcer today, Tom Colby. Great to have him on the mic. Spartans have it in the attacking third once again, but the Dragons this time are able to get it and try to clear it, maybe get on a counterattack. Good pressure there from Desatels. Good job to get in front, but not enough. 3-on-3 break for the Dragons. This time it's going to be Hessel coming in and getting to that ball very easily.
Once again, Dayla Miller playing a very good ball. Unfortunately, the Dragons can't keep the ball in the final third so far. They were not able to create any chances.
They've got the ball in the final third, but they just can't find the final pass to really open up that opportunity. And the last time they did actually find that good pass, there was a good interception from the Spartans right afterward. So this one's going to be sent into the box and sent out for a corner kick. Lowell wanted to try to send it over for throw-in as it was deflected back nearly onto goal. But now the Spartans, a dangerous opportunity.
Yeah, well, the goalie, interesting choice by her, trying to hit that ball. But obviously, you don't want to have a goal kick, a corner kick against you, especially not if the Spartans are very dangerous on set pieces.
This one whipped all the way in, headed, and it's a goal for the Spartans.
And
they made it
again.
too.
Another corner kick, trying to find hostage, and here we go, 2-0 Spartans.
And it is indeed hostage on that goal.
She's on the streak.
The streak continues, number 6 of the season. And was that Dylan for calling the assist? I'm not sure. She usually takes the corners, but I thought she was also subbed out.
Yeah, I think she's not on the field right now. I think it was number 23, Kirkpatrick. 25, Kirkpatrick.
Yeah, but a great goal indeed.
Indeed. Very, very good. The Spartans lead 2-0 with 23 minutes to go.
So great goal that time. And yep, 23 to go. A few minutes left before the cooling break. But you know what that also does? Because these cooling breaks, very much like little half times in the middle of each half.
You can take a breather. Very good for the Spartans. Good timing to score
Exactly.
right now.
The good timing because they carry momentum and they carry the positive energy into that break. Meanwhile, for Moorhead, they're now sitting and watching a 2-goal deficit with very low to go. Now, obviously, 2-goal lead, most dangerous lead in sports. You have to be careful. But the Spartans didn't lose it last time when they got 2 goals.
You know, we've seen it from the Spartans before. They can manage, they can handle a 2-0 lead, especially in the second half. Sometimes it's even more dangerous if you're up 2-0 in the first half.
Yeah.
And then the team can talk about their mistakes, can clean up things in halftime. And now we got McLean on hostage. Good distribution.
Hostage sends that very far, but it's going to stay in play. And this Hotels holds on to it. Good job to get forward.
Good cross.
Back post, and just can't come up with it.
Spartans still in possession. Puts it back in.
Still in the box, and the Dragons not able to get it completely out. And this time it'll be a throw for the Dragons. The play finally coming to a close. But again, another great attack from the Spartans. They're really still keeping that up.
I love to watch this. Love to see the Spartans succeeding. Another throw in for the Dragons. Good communications by the Dragons. Good turn. But well defended by the Spartans.
Spartans now bring it back up.
Good touch.
And it's intercepted, so here we go
Dela
again.
Miller.
Shot on goal, very high.
Great play by Dela Miller, but she gotta put it wide.
Yeah.
She gotta put it wide. There was number 3.
Yep.
J.C. Ozier. She was wide open. But
Pretty good chance, but just a little high.
that is true. Also, she was on the flow. She made the move. She got the dribbling. She had the tunnel vision, and nothing wrong with going for a goal with 20 minutes left. Also, it's always easy to speak from up here. We see the field from a different view.
Exactly.
I know myself how it is to play on this field.
Exactly.
Right? And you see people in the stands, they're always talking like, oh yeah, you
I
gotta
would
put
be
it
able to hit
wide.
that. And yeah, no, it's
Right?
not that easy.
When you're on, it's different. You see, you're on a whole different level, you know?
Exactly.
So it's always easy to speak from up here.
But when you're down there, that's where you really have to feel. Because, again, you've got the absolute experience where you're down there and in the middle of the game, in the heat of the moment, under the blistering heat from time to time. Sometimes in the cool nights, because, again, when it comes to winter, they do get a little chilly here.
Yeah, especially if you start the game in the 80s and then it cools down to 70s, low 70s. It gets chilly out here sometimes.
So keeping it wide and looking to get it back in the box. Desautel is dispossessed, but it'll be another Spartan corner.
And now we have Della Foucault on the ball.
So Della Foucault looking for assist number 4, potentially in this corner kick, and potentially wonder if Hostage can try to find another goal.
We might be able to play short corner to Desautel, right?
I'd be surprised if they try to switch it up.
But great ball, and there we have Hostage again. So we don't need to play it short if you play corners
Play it to
like
Hostage.
that, right?
Yeah, Hostage far post. Great header, just not on goal well enough. And with 18:50 to go, 52 now as the clock finally stops, we get our second cooling break of the game. Halfway through the second half, 2-0 Spartan lead. We'll be back right after this. And we are live. Things just again overheating outside. The computer's shut down. So we got some popsicles, DIY fix. And yeah, haven't missed much though. 10 minutes to go for the Spartans. Still a 2-0 lead. Before the camera died, Catherine Hostage scored a header, keeping their scoring streak alive. And the Spartans have held on.
Also, we missed a big chance with the Spartans. Hostage scored his second half, but great play by Desautel. Down on the left side, cross is fine.
Just hit over the bar. Really good chance though that the Spartans again showing a lot of fight late in the game. I'm going to try to get some of the graphics back up there. Of course, the huge difficulty is when things kind of get shut down, we get disconnected from everything we use. It's a very fragile system from time to time. So I'll be having to get that set back up, but we'll eventually get it fully ready.
These things are out of our control. It's so hot here.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the downside of being in Florida, unfortunately. So we might have to go without the time and score for the rest of the game, but we'll just keep you posted. 9:40 to go, 2-0 Spartan lead.
I would like to see the Spartans managing the last 10 minutes now, keeping possession, keeping the ball away from their goal, until we have substitutions.
A few Spartan changes here. As they look to get ready for the final few minutes.
Number 24 in the game, Olivia Duval.
Cleared away again.
She's a junior from Wallingford, Connecticut. Olivia Duval.
Pretty sure Wallingford's supposed to be where I'm from because I'm originally from Southington, Connecticut. That's where I was born in. So that's kind of cool to kind of see that from my neck of the woods. And also a very wooded area up by Wallingford in that part of Connecticut. Beautiful area, especially in the fall. The one thing I actually miss most about Connecticut, I don't see the fall leaves turning as much in Florida.
The seasons.
Yeah, the seasons. Because really it's just summer, cooler summer, slightly cooler summer, summer.
Right? But I love Florida, I love Florida.
Oh, of course.
But also having a month break the cold, missing the season a little bit.
Yeah. But here's the thing, you can always go on vacation and enjoy the cold and the snow. You don't have to necessarily deal with it all day in Florida, because that's when it's really tough, and you have to deal with just bitter cold temperatures and the aftermath of big snowstorms. That's where you don't like being up north. You always do like to go up north if you're a big fan of skiing, and obviously up north you do see some more like hockey being big there. I mean, I went to Avon Old Farms High School, and they're known for their elite hockey program. Trevor Zegras, Spencer Knight, both alumni that I actually went to school with.
Great to hear.
Now, Spartans with another corner kick, and will be cleared away by the Dragons. Spartans regain possession. And looking to keep it alive here. 7:20 to go.
Another run down the line by this hotel. And she brings it back in, and it's dangerous again.
The deflection went off the defender and then went to Hostage, who I don't think had enough time to react and put a good shot up. So unfortunate, because that very easily would have been her second goal in the race. But good positioning again, and overall Spartans dominating momentum.
I think in this case it was number 2 for Olivia Duba.
Oh, it was? Yeah, my bad. I imagine it might also then take some players out and press them. Yeah, I believe it actually is the 24. It's always hard to see from the distance with those numbers.
I mean, we're so far away, the sun is so bright. Like,
yeah.
The sun is shining in our faces, so excuse us.
More teams need to use white numbers that like really stick out on the jerseys, or numbers that are larger and do so, because for most sports you're fine because you're really up close to the action. Soccer, not really. This shot is up and away. Yeah, another way you try to find out like who players are is by their hairstyles. What's also tough is when people have similar hairstyles too. Generally, I think that's more of a problem with like the men's teams as well, where people do kind of look the same from on and off the field. But you definitely can kind of tell how people do their hair a little more as well.
Here, and they have black numbers on red jerseys.
Yep, and that's what can make it a little trickier. When they're pretty close, you can see the numbers fine. It's just tricky when it's all the way across the field, or even closer to the half of the field. It's a little bit trickier to read. Still great jerseys, of course. Love the font on them.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I love the ones we had last year, the black and the red and gold.
Oh yeah.
Those were beautiful.
Yeah, we definitely have some beautiful jerseys. Also, the team has some colors.
Yeah, it's a really nice color, red and black. Now goes far post on the corner, and Dragons defend it well. Spartans do still have it alive.
And you bring white. Yes, you can. Yeah, Olivia Duba can shoot.
Nope. Good effort though. Found the space and tried to cross inside. Unfortunately, a little spin in the other direction and sends it wide. 5 minutes to go now with this goal kick. And Tampa with a pretty safe 2-goal lead.
Definitely good vision by Sidney Dennis, finding number 24, Olivia Duba. And we have under 5 minutes to go in the second half.
So a 2-0 lead for the Spartans again. We got to reboot our systems with the Heat, so if you're joining us and trying to wonder where the scoreboard is, that's the reason why. And now all the way through will be the Dragons. They've got a chance if they can keep it in play. Yes, they do. Good turn, but that'll be cleared away from the Spartans. And that'll be a souvenir closer to the press box, not for the fans. Now, to help try to cool down the computer, I brought a couple popsicles downstairs, and they've already completely melted.
Yes, they actually did.
They completely melted already, and hopefully this computer is going to be able to last to the end of the game. It says 57 degrees centigrade, and that's it's hot.
It's hot, right? That's just how we can say that. It's hot. And the popsicles tell us it's hot.
Got another chance for the Dragons. They bring it now. Really dangerous in the box. Shot on goal deflected. Hessel can't come up with it, but the Spartans eventually do. And cleared away to the midfield.
Good play by Gabby Bissotel. She was the last one to intercept the ball. Very good defense. Blocks the shot. And then it's napped after Hessel couldn't quite secure the ball.
She makes a big clearance, and here, as the Dragons try to come back, offsides, 3:17, 16, and 15 to go. Tampa taking their time getting ready with this free kick here on the offsides. And at this stage, I think Tampa's pretty much won. There won't be enough time to chain 2 in a row for Moorhead. Now, of course, the clean sheet can still be broken by a late consolation goal. Tampa can still find a third too, but it's looking very surely like a third victory in a row for your Tampa Spartans.
It's looking very, very good for the Spartans, but never call a game off. You never know in college soccer. I've seen 2 goals in 2 minutes. Unfortunately, it was against my team, but as we say in German, den Tag nicht vor dem Abend loben. Which basically means you gotta finish the day before you say it was a good day, because you never know what's gonna happen later in that day.
Very true. You get better and get worse. Tampa brings it out to the corner, and I think they're very content of just holding on to it for a minute here.
Smart play by Olivier Dubac.
And they're now going to take the throw in. 2:10 to go now. As it does go out for a throw, and it's going to be, I believe, yeah, just a throw in. Almost looked like a corner at first because they were still going, blocking, but easy to throw in. And offsides.
Good position by the linesman.
A good job to read it there and try to find a teammate. It was wide open, but the reason it was wide open, so a couple steps ahead. Now the Dragons bring it back up the field. Close to 90 seconds to go. Spartan player actually still down on the play. And they will call for a stoppage of play. 1:22 to go now.
Actually, number 11, Sydney Dennis.
Dennis might need to just take a quick look from the trainers. Hopefully nothing too serious. That'll most likely end her day for the time being. And yep, that worked. That will be a substitution. Likely the final one you'll see Tampa make is free kick now for the Dragons.
Jackie Morris entering the game now. Sydney Dennis made a good impression when she came on the field. She had her moments, creating chances. The game's over for her, and we have De La Fourcade blocking this cross.
Great defense from De La Fourcade, who was the substitution. She's come on for the final minute of play, just for that injury change.
And now we have the Spartans carrying the ball away from the goal, and the second ball at the goal.
Yep, not a good clearance off the goal line, and right to the Spartan attacker on there for the rebound. And with 59 seconds left, they make it through.
It sounds simple, but if you win most of your second goals, you're most likely to control the game.
Spartan goal! Scored by number 24, Olivia Dubac.
Dubac, a great goal. We saw Dubac with some good plays earlier, and finally finds the back of the net. And for Dubac,
That just backs up the, as we said earlier, the depth of the UC Spartans team is very, very rough.
it's just Dubac's second game of the season, and she gets her first goal of the year. Congratulations to Dubac, the Wallingford, Connecticut junior from Mark T. Sheehan High School. Locks the game in.
Putting the cross in, even though with being down in numbers in the box, it always can pull up in the goal. Always dangerous to just cross the ball in the box. You never know them.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
Yeah, okay for the Spartans. He said, until it's over. Come on, good day until it is. Great day. Another scored 11 and conceded none in a 3-game span. We saw goals earlier. A worldie from Schrader. Another goal from Captain Hoskins.
and teams, like to thank you for your attendance at today's game.
It is also another
Please drive home
Kessel.
safely.
Had to make some tough plays, but overall nothing too dangerous. Good effort from Moorhead, but they just couldn't find the final passes to make really deadly chances. And that's why the Spartans, all they needed was one, and find it 3-0.
Another good game by the Spartans. What a weekend. What a weekend for Spartans.
Incredible weekend overall. undefeated here is the term I gotta use because it just happened. On Friday morning, 3-0 victory. Friday night, Tampa won the first game 3-0 in volleyball. And then in volleyball, they won 3-2. Definitely check out that replay if you have on the Tampa Spartans site. And then they would later win again against Wheeling. Men's soccer won a 1-0 match. Finally, close out the weekend. Huge victory. Thank you again. I'm Taylor Storey alongside Phil Newman. We'll be back next time with more Spartan soccer. And don't check the site and check the schedule for future home games. And of course, when it comes to volleyball, soccer, Tampa Spartans TV is the best place on the Sunshine State Conference. Until next.
I hope you enjoyed that. Speaking to you. And have a great day. And enjoy Labor Day weekend.
Yep, Labor Day weekend. Enjoy the extra day off. Yeah. Okay, so actually have to run it now. Come on, test. Oh, I think it might have just overheated again. Oh, all right, by the way, the stream's over.